So anyways, in this video, you saw in the last video where I took the delivery and showed the damage that was done during shipment, and the major damage was on that back door. And I straightened the back door out, and to do that, I basically just used some 2x4s and some other lumber I had around with some clamps and a dead blow hammer, and was able to straighten it out. I said I wasn't going to put the window back in, but I'm pretty stubborn, and got the window back in, put the door back on, and then proceeded with the rest of the build. So the one thing that's a bit disappointing is I just heard from Day and Ross, who are the shipping company that shipped it via Ship Canada, that it's going to be like 2 weeks for the claim, and I think that's kind of a bummer. So I haven't heard from the actual claims department, but what's a bit of a bummer as well is that I haven't heard from Go Fast Campers at all. They had said yesterday via Instagram that they were drafting me an email. I've yet to receive anything. Today's the 28th. Yesterday was the 27th of September, 2021. And, I just want to be clear, to anybody watching this or to other people that might be like, this guy's like hating on Go Fast or whatever. No, man, I'm not hating on Go Fast at all. It's not their fault. I made the choice to not crate the unit because of the cost and the weight would have everything. It would have been not feasible financially for me to have it shipped up here, and I'm relying on using this camper this winter as kind of a home base for ski touring and doing avalanche training and stuff like that. So it was imperative that I get this unit to me, and I took a gamble by not crating it, and as I say on the previous video, I kind of lost on that. But either way, I just need to get some prices from Go Fast so that I can tell the insurance company what the replacement costs are going to be. But otherwise, the camper is installed on the truck, and I was able to get the build all done. I got the lights in, I got the battery system in. I checked the pictures with regards to those back brackets on another Ram, a guy off the forum that shared pictures from his Ram, and it's the same, so I'm not overly concerned about that. There's nothing wrong there. The water intrusion in the back left-hand corner, I've read a couple of posts where, there's no seals in between the tent and the extrusion up at the top there. So if the vehicle's parked on an angle, it's going to happen, right? You got water hitting a straight spot, it's going to pool there, it's going to make its way into the tent. So you just got to be aware of that. I do wonder why they don't have a seal along that extrusion, but these guys aren't dum-dums. Like there's definitely a method to their madness. So anyways, this is the rest of the video of me getting all the components on the truck, getting the platform bed back in, and getting everything all set up. Now, so it took about 4 hours and some fighting, and all I needed to do was eat some lunch. And then my neighbor came over and kind of helped. But we got the back window back in, we got the door straightened out, and what do you think, guys? It looks pretty much like it should. It looks like maybe a used GFC and not a brand new one, right, boys? Yeah. Okay, well, that's that. Well, I pretty much got everything cleaned up inside, got that door fixed. So we'll put the platform bed back in, put the battery system in. I'll hook up the electrical maybe today, but we'll see. So this is the same platform that I had in the canopy, that I built with the idea that we'd be getting a GFC. So anyways, just while it's a frame here, put my battery in this section here, and then it's strapped back with this bungee cord so that it doesn't rub against that there. This is kind of dead space.
I didn't actually end up making any drawers here in this section. You know, I might change that sooner or later because you end up losing some storage. You know, there's probably stuff I could put in there. Up in this front section is where my fuse box and everything is, that does the power for the back, all the lights and the 12 volt and USB connections. And then also there's a little cubby when we have the top on, I'll show that later, that, you know, so we can store our crap in there. You know, I got some tech liquid tight here that goes across so that we could feed the power over to the other side. And then this is our distribution for the power on this side. And then it's exactly the same thing on the other side. You know, you got power and storage here, wasted space there. And then this section I left open. It actually comes in really handy. I put my ratchet straps and bungee cords and leveling blocks all fit in here perfectly. And they're easy to access for tying the sleds down and all that stuff. This cubby here has a door that opens up and it's split into two kind of spots here. And then I put my tire chains in this part with my tools, and then that we just have storage. Sometimes I'll put all of my dry goods in there and stuff like that. This back section here is where we store all our cooking gear that's inside of a tote on wheels for now. I don't really want to add the extra weight of putting a drawer in. And then this part, as you can see here, there's supports here. So this part we can make into a full double bed, or usually if I'm solo, then I'll drop this down and then I have full access to this for storage and a spot to kind of sit and chill out. So anyways, that's kind of the gist of the skeleton of the platform bed. And then I got to do some modifications to the side panels, so I'm going to start doing that right now. It's not as nice as it was before, but that's kind of what you get when you got to modify what you already have. You know, I had this cut out here because that's where the canopy bracket was. So, you know, unless I rebuilt this whole thing, then it would look different. And this here actually, you know, this is our USB chargers, and our light switch. But anyways, what had happened was I accidentally cut this incorrectly. So I had to scab it together. The other side's way cleaner, but yeah, that's that. So I figured I might as well do a full video of what that one side looks like when it's done. So that's kind of it. Like I have this cover that covers up the batteries, just latch down. Eco-worthy solar system. It ties, I don't use this load feature just because of the capacitors in the USB chargers. It causes too much inrush current, the thing trips out. And master kill switch for the battery. And yeah, that's what it looks like. So, there it all is. You know, platform bed installed back in the truck. You know, got the GFC on here. I'm trying to fall out of the truck here. Yeah, and then yeah, these panels here, right here, you can take these down and they just go down like that. So a lot of times, like when I'm solo camping, I'll just do that and have it kind of set up like this. Now I just need to finish connecting up the electrical, put the battery back in. I got my shelf installed that I normally have in here. I have to do some quick modifications to that too. You know, again, like kind of being super rough with this, and I think we'll do some tweaks when things get better. So I bought these dimmer packs with a wireless remote for our lights from Canadian Tire, and as you would expect, the remote doesn't work, and I'm 90% sure that this is getting power, because when you flip it on, you can't really see it in this. Oh, you can kind of see it there, but you can see that the LEDs blink on. I think we'll just cut that back out and just put it back on this actual switch here, and forget about the dimmers. We'll just have it super bright. pretty slick. Guy off the Go Fast forum came up with this kind of hack here to put the 4-foot awning on the back of the GFC by just cutting a piece of cutting board, and it kind of rubs a little bit. You know, I could have gone with a thicker cutting board piece. Come on, focus in there. But I think it's gonna work. Close here. But you can see here like how wet that is just from overnight. So that's a bit of a bummer. So what I'm planning on doing here is to give it a little bit more strength is they gave me Area Breed gave me 3 carriage bolts. So I'll put 2 in the sliding section and then 1 in this fixed hole. I'll need to do a test fit here, but we'll see how this works out. So I got the awning on, did a bit fiddle in, but yeah, works really well with this bracket here and the bones. I think these bolts are zinc, so we'll see how long they last before they start to rust. But looks good. You do have to move it up. One thing you'll note is if you're gonna do this, you can't put it on the bottom there. You'll hit the door. So this way it hits the door, but not very bad, right? Like, so you're able to open it up quite high. Off to Canadian Tire. Okay, so I got the lights in. We ended up, I think I previously mentioned, got rid of the dimmers because they were crap. So yeah, word to the wise, if you're Canadian, don't get the RV dimmers for 20 bucks or whatever they are. They're no good. Anyways, I'll show you kind of how I did this, and this is how it worked in the canopy too. So you can see I got the heat gun out, and then I just used some 3M VHB double-sided tape, and what I end up doing is basically heating up the surface, then putting the tape on, then putting the lights on, and then heating the lights up with the heat gun on the low setting and pushing it down. Like as I go across, I'll push it down with my fingers. And it seemed to work like all summer and all last winter in the truck. And then I didn't use 3M last time. I used a different tape. But I'm gonna try it with the 3M, and basically I ran it along the seam here of that back panel, some 3M, and then just did the same thing. Heated it up, pushed it down, took my my knife and just kind of trimmed it back so that it's nice and you know, nice and flush. So in the end, you know, you end up with this pretty cool kind of camp light out. So I think that's pretty dope. Things are pretty much buttoned up, ready to go camping. Oh, and I can't remember if I had said that I put in the quick fist clamps and mounted my shovel, which all went pretty slick. So that's on there. So it's no longer rattling around in the back of the truck, which is usually I'll have it in this ski holder that I use in the winter. In the summer I put the canoe paddles and the shovel in there, but you know, that's going to work out really well.
Well, I hope you liked the video so far, and hopefully some of you guys get some ideas for your own builds, or if you're thinking about buying a GFC, you can kind of see how it fits on a bigger truck. Yeah, I'm stoked to get out camping with the boys next weekend. Enjoy some fall camping. I got the next step for me with this setup is going to be building a temporary tailgate that will pack with us in the winter time in order to put the diesel heater on the truck. Well, thanks for watching. Oh, and if you're interested and you're into skiing, you should check out the Avalanche Hour podcast, where new season's coming out soon. So subscribe on your favorite podcast platform.